Essentially, I want to record the very best. I try and make my recordings as good as I possibly can, and every time that I make a new recording, I try and think of a better way of doing it. I've been on the other side of the screen to where I am now, but I always wanted to be on this side, capturing a performance. And my pathway through to that was really by Surrey University, where I did the Tom Meister postgraduate, and then through Abbey Road Studios, where I learnt a lot of my trade. Here we're recording with the choir of King's College, Cambridge, and the amazing Britten Sinfonia, a fantastic chamber orchestra, conducted by Stephen Clearbury. And particularly in a big acoustic like here, we approach this in a very multi-mic way, because the moment you get any distance away from the microphones, it feels like you're a million miles away. So essentially we have an array of main microphones, which will be usually for an orchestral recording will be a conventional decker tree with probably a pair of outriggers, but then we put spot microphones around the orchestra. We'll always have a specific choir pair which gives you the blend and the detail required, but also within that we will put spot microphones on individual parts so that you can get an idea of the overall colours that are being produced, the text, which is it's incredibly important to hear what people are singing about, but also just how the bow goes onto a string. You just need to hear so you feel involved with the music. So there's always kind of little things to solve when you're recording on a location like this. For instance, today it's 28 degrees outside, the organ has gone incredibly sharp, and we have to work around a way that the musicians, the instrumentalists, the violinists, the harpists are happy to record with an organ that is quite a lot higher than the A440, which is the standard orchestral tuning. What we try to do is actually get cool air in, so we've opened the right side of the chapel to get the cold air in from the north side, and hopefully that's going to keep the organ in the right pitch. Another thing about here is it's a live location. We're actually in the middle of a city, so we kind of have church bells ringing on the hour, so you kind of have to schedule your breaks in the right way, and of course there are a lot of tourist aeroplanes that come around because it's a great place to fly over. We have to find ways around that, and quite often we'll phone up the airport beforehand and say, please could you avoid it during these times. I need to make sure that what we're capturing is what I can work with when I get back to the studio. When we're monitoring, we have two different ways of doing it. So you can either have speaker monitoring, which gives a playback in the space, and a lot of the work we do is on headphones as well. So when I'm actually listening to a take, I tend to wear headphones because it gives me a real close-in feel for any things I can need to improve. But actually, in terms of the overall blend, I'm much better getting an idea of the perspective and image from a pair of speakers. First time I heard these ADAM S2Vs, I suddenly felt those are a pair of speakers that I could really take out on location. They go into a flight case that I can wheel into the location. They come out, they've got built-in amplifiers, so it's straight in from the desk box, and it's a very easy setup for me. And also, given the fact that you can EQ the frequency response of them, you can make adjustments for deficiencies in the room, and that's really useful. They give you that real detail, so that when you're making small adjustments in a mix, which can be half a dB there of a level, or a little bit of EQ, you need to be able to hear those, and these really show those fine things up. So you can be really happy with the mix when you know that it'll sound good on anything you play it on afterwards.